Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to West Seattle. It's Ben back. It's been a hot minute. This last month I've been busy both here in Seattle and over in Vegas with some bowling tournaments. Grabbed a couple wins at both places, so that always feels good. But today I'm here to take a first look at the Harsh Reality. The Harsh Reality is the sequel or the successor or the upgrade to the outgoing original Reality. Big fan favorite and a big ball, very strong ball. For me, usually only a heavy oil ball. This one should be just like that. Cover-wise, it's an upgrade to the original cover. This is 902 Reserve Blend, so a little bit more porous, soaks in a little bit more oil, so it can handle those conditions a little better. And the core has been beefed up just a little bit with AI core, so the new numbers for this are 248, 054, 019, and that should add a little bit more flair, and the core should spin up just a little bit quicker. So I'm curious to see what it'll do. So a ball this big isn't usually something I would throw on a house shot. I usually throw things like this on heavy oil or longer patterns or both. And so that's what we have out here today. We have a different oil pattern than our house shot. It's the 2022 Senior Open pattern. Not exactly sure what the details of it are, but the numbers for you are 44-foot pattern, higher volume, 25, 26 mils, I think, and lower ratio, so not as much mist room as your house shot. It's about 8-to-1, I think. So let's take a look. All right, so Harsh Reality, fresh, completely fresh, never thrown it. I'm just gonna stand somewhere and we'll see what it does. It's huge. Not completely dissimilar to what I remember in the original Reality, and that's what I have here to compare it to. So we have the original Reality, also fresh. By fresh, I guess I mean I've probably thrown a couple shots with it, 2 or 3 max. So it's as fresh as they come. Drilled it for this video. And then we have the DNA, the original solid DNA, and the new Absolute Power. So we'll take a look. But before I go any further, I've never bowled on this pattern before, other than that first shot, and so I'm gonna switch over to my benchmark ball. This is the IQ Tour. This is where I would typically be with an IQ Tour in a house shot, but I would guess this isn't gonna look good now. You know, actually it didn't look terrible, but definitely not something I would throw right now. Ball went a little long, didn't do much. But yeah, so the IQ Tour isn't something I would probably throw now on an oil pattern like this. Usually save that for the more medium, even lighter volume patterns. So I'm gonna swap out of that and back into the Harsh Reality. And again, this is a big ball. So if you compare this to, say, car tires, this isn't your summer tires, and this isn't your all-season tires. This is more like winter tires with chains on top. So let's throw a few shots back to back to back, kind of see what we got. Some of the snow tire action. It looks good, looks really good. On a long, heavy oil pattern like this, it's exactly what you want to see. I don't have to be super left, but on a pattern like this, with a ball like that, I'm not going to want to be super right either. Kind of just sliding at 30 is kind of where I would probably play with this here. Yeah, this looks awesome. The colors look pretty cool too. There aren't a lot of orange and black storm balls, so this one looks pretty cool. Let's throw one more from there. And then we'll take a look at some comparisons. Kind of got around that one just a little bit more. Just wanted to see if it would jump on me, and it doesn't. And what that tells me is that while it's a really strong ball, a ball like this is going to be a lot more strong if you're looking at it front to back rather than side to side. So it's reading early like it should. It's reading in the middle of the lane like you'd want it to. But it's not storing everything to do everything at the end. On higher volumes like this, you want that control. Just like if you're driving on snow, you want control. You want that reliable, predictable traction. So let's swap out of that for a second, as much as I like it. Let's go to the original Reality. Again, this is pretty fresh, 2 or 3 max shots on it. Drilled the exact same way. It's 55 by 5 1/4 by 40. Stand in the same place. Missed a little right, you could probably see that. Came back. Again, that ball, like the Harsh Reality, it's a very strong ball. So it's supposed to, in theory, give you the confidence that it's going to handle that heavy oil, even if you miss right on a longer, higher volume shot with a lot less miss room than your traditional house shot. Let's throw 2 more with this. Just kind of get a look. Throw it a little more on line. There's a reason this ball is a fan favorite. Rolls really good. Just like that. So, love that ball. I don't throw it very often unless it's a longer pattern or a heavy volume pattern, but it looks really good now. So let's swap out of that one. Kind of got to look at them back to back. I have some thoughts. Let's get to that in a second after we throw some shots with the DNA. So Storm DNA, also a good ball for higher volume oil, even longer patterns. What I've found with the DNA is that it likes me to be a little bit more squared up. The cover, while strong, it can definitely be capable in heavy oil. It's a little cleaner, so it does store a little bit more energy for the back. So it gets through the front a little more, which means it doesn't get off line as quick. So I'm actually gonna throw it from the same spot. You'll kind of see the difference. So yeah, you can see that while I missed a little bit right on that last shot, the other balls came back pretty convincingly. This one, because it goes a little longer, it wants you to be a little more squared up, a little safer with your angles, not as open. And I actually really like that. So I'm gonna move 3 boards right with my feet, sliding at 27, throwing it at about 14, 15 or so. Little light hit. Didn't really get around it as much as I had intended to, but you can kind of see that it's nice and smooth, which I really like. Gets down the lane, gets through the front parts. When the front, even on longer patterns, the front will still dissipate in time. DNA does a really good job if you can stay in a solid ball and still handle the heavy oil. Let's throw 1 more with it. Same spot. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like the DNA a lot. All right, so what are we seeing here? With the first 3 balls, Harsh Reality, the original Reality, and now the DNA, there are some differences. The first 2, Harsh Reality and the original Reality, look pretty comparable, pretty similar. I do see that the Harsh Reality is reading a little sooner, and I would attribute that to the beefed up cover. The original Reality, still very smooth. The cover is almost, because it's just a tad bit weaker, not as oil absorbent, isn't the 902 Reserve Blend. To me, it actually gets down the lane a little bit more. And in certain cases like this, I think it's actually storing a little bit more energy. So just a fraction, it's splitting hairs really. Let's go to the absolute power. I'm gonna go back to our original line with the Realities. pretty good too. You should know though that my absolute power is not drilled the same as those realities, 55 by 5 1/4 by 40. This absolute power is actually drilled with a stronger pin. So this is 55 by 4 1/4 by 40. And so ball's essentially having more flare. It's a little more asymmetric, it's a little more unstable. It's just giving it a little more oomph to kind of turn the corner. I wanted to kind of accentuate what this ball was made for. This ball has a solid cover, and like the DNA, a cleaner cover. It gets through the front part of the lane easy, but still has that middle and later part of the lane read. Because it's storing some energy, it comes off the end a little bit stronger. I wanted to kind of accentuate that, so I think that's what I have with this one. I don't know if you saw that, my finger insert flew out. So pro tip number 1 from this video is if you drill your own stuff, make sure you glue your insert in. This ball is so new, I didn't even really do that yet, so I'm gonna take a quick pause and go grab that insert. So, and we're back. Insert retrieved from the arrows. I didn't actually watch. When I saw the insert flew, my eyes went away. I think it struck. You tell me in the comments, did it strike? I don't know. We're just gonna glue this one in later. I think you had a chance to kind of see the absolute power though. Really like this ball. I don't use it on the house shot. For me, it's a little strong in the back end. And so, but when I need that, like on something like this, it's amazing. All right, let's go back to the harsh reality. That's the star of the show. I'm gonna do this next part of the review like I would actually be doing a ball testing just by myself. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of shots. You can take a look with me. Gosh, it looks so good. You know, I thought that I would be able to tell which of the two, the original reality and the harsh reality, I would like more. I just like them both. Yeah, this thing on heavy oil, if you need to strike, if you need to find that pocket, not let it skate out from underneath you, this ball is really good. Let's throw 2 or 3 more. Then we'll move around. Missed in on that one. Cameo in the back here, Syrup Jim. Get yourself a tiki drink up in the 3-9 Lounge at West Seattle Bowl. Syrup Jim will take care of you. In all the ways you want. Missed in again, but that one held line. I'm having a lot of fun throwing this ball. It's not often that we have an extra long, heavy oil pattern here at West Seattle. Now don't get me wrong, as far as friction goes, one of the lower friction centers, at least in the immediate Seattle area. That being said, throwing a harsh reality on the house shot isn't your typical thing, at least for someone with my bowling style. I think my body just wants to square up those angles as I'm throwing this ball, and it looks beautiful. So, you know, it kind of had me thinking, as I was just saying, that I probably wouldn't throw this in something like the house shot. I'm on lane 24 now. On lane 23, I actually put out the house shot. So let's just, it's never been bowled on, but let's just take a look at the harsh reality on that house shot. You know, just for comparison, so I can kind of show you too, I'll move a bit left with the IQ Tour and show you that this is a house shot. I kind of throw it right, it'll still come back. It's just an IQ Tour, so it's not some super strong ball or anything, but I'll move 7 left with my feet and 4 in with my eyes. Yeah, so there's the West Seattle Bowl house shot, okay? So now, just really quickly, I'll throw the harsh reality and the original reality, 1 time each. So here's the new daddy, harsh reality. I'll go to the same line we did on the longer, heavier volume pattern. You know, I could probably get the speed up a bit with that too, but you can see it's just reading pretty early, gets offline early, and then starts tumbling down. Now, just because it's a house shot doesn't mean it's going to fly off the right side and jump at the pocket. That's not what these balls do. Remember, winter tires, control, stability, they're gonna read early, and that's what you want. So they're gonna be smooth and round, but just on the house shot, it's gonna get offline a lot earlier. That one, I was just gonna throw one, that first one with the harsh. I just wanted to throw it right, get the speed up. I can get it there. I don't feel comfortable with it though. Let's throw one with the regular reality. We'll come back over there to the longer, heavier pattern. Throw a few shots there. So you can kind of get like a full view of what these balls can do. So same spot here. Yes, you can see it's just getting offline earlier. It's having traction on that snow sooner, closer to you, so that it just starts to shift offline a little quicker than, say, a cleaner, weaker IQ Tour. Let's go back over to the longer, heavier pattern. Okay, so we're back on the longer, heavier volume senior open championship something or another pattern. Let's see what the harsh reality can do moving around. We know that it likes to have me sliding 30 and change or so and shooting in the teens at the arrows, but let's go even more left of that. I'm now gonna slide at 37. Throw it a little closer to, say, 18. Messenger from an early ball on a longer, heavier pattern. That's the kind of stuff you like to see. I missed about a board right at the arrows, and I didn't really get under it either, and it just took care of the rest. All right, harsh reality. Let's take a trip. We're leaving the outskirts in the far left. Looks good to me. We're gonna step over. It's probably preferred place. Looked great for me. Let's, from the original spot, I'm now gonna be sliding, kind of going up the track here. Yeah, so versatile, it's great. A ball that's versatile means you can feel a little more confident knowing that you could try some other things, maybe play with your hand a little bit and make it work. So let's move 5 more right. Just kind of playing up the back of it, and yeah, so if that's kind of more your style or the line that you want to be throwing, looks like you can do that too. Let's go 5 shots in a row. Make or miss. It seems to be making just about all makes. So, but make or miss, we'll just throw a bunch of shots. Give your eyes a little more free time to see what it's doing. right, so there's 5 shots. That third one I think I missed in, checked. And by check, it just got offline early. It didn't dive off the back or anything. So if you need some confidence, control, traction, hook, and heavy oil or a longer pattern, you have fresh new lanes or not a lot of traffic on them, you just have say a lower rev rate or a higher speed. So you just need some power. Harsh reality is way better than I thought. I haven't been wiping the ball off, and the oil is gone just as soon as they can get back from the back. So it is seemingly more porous. Looks pretty good. Let's throw one more, because I just like throwing it. I take it back. Let me throw one more. This is fun. We don't put this kind of pattern out very often here. Let's throw one more. Okay, I promise this is the last one. I just having so much fun throwing this. It's not very often I get to throw the biggest, strongest bowling balls, so this ball is awesome. Okay, you have heavy oil, you have low friction, you have longer pattern, you have a lower rev rate, you have a higher speed. This ball can check all of those boxes for you. And it's versatile, surprisingly versatile. Maybe not for me, versatile to throw it on the regular on the house shot, but when I see situations like this, 2 thumbs up. So again, big ball, 248, 054, 019, it's a beast. And before we sign off, I just want to take a look at one of the upcoming balls that I'm going to be throwing in an upcoming video. That's next somewhere in the queue, that's meant for heavier oil, longer oil, when it's starting to kind of break down. We've thrown some snow tires on it. It seems like the perfect opportunity. I've never thrown it, drilled totally fresh. We'll save the lion's share of throws for the true video, but let's just throw one shot. All right, here it is. Roto-Grip Attention Star. A lot of talk about this one. Completely fresh, no oil. The dust of it being drilled still on. I'm gonna stand basically where I was standing with the realities. One throw. Cameo from our master chef, Kobe there. Kobe approved. Kobe approved. So, damn, that ball looks really good. First throw. So, we won't touch it until I do the actual ball review video coming up very soon. So stay tuned for that. And thanks for watching.